What's going on, y'all? So, of course, we have this new freaking LTQ here. And, of course, you're like, oh, well, Spike, you're actually doing some stuff about LTQs. Look, just because there's issues with the community, I never said that I was going to just stop all willy-nilly letting y'all know what's going on. So, but just means that we're going to be a bit more critical. So, but nonetheless, we do have a new LTQ here. And per usual, there's not much reason to do it. Hey, but first, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So the new LTQ Drill 2 two-way battle. Two-way battle is a new LTQ. It's actually like a new LTQ. It's not a recycled one. It's pretty neat. I actually enjoy it and the concept of it. Pretty much they put you in two different teams. One team starts inside of an area. The other team starts outside of that area. You cannot interact, but there's switches that each team needs to kind of hit and mesh and push at the same time, so within the same amount of seconds, to activate certain buffs for each team. It's 12 people. So it's pretty cool in how that works because it requires teamwork, and team play is always good in an MMORPG. So I think that this is cool. The design of it's pretty neat. You go through, you're killing these mobs, and there's a bunch of different other types of mechanics that you use in it. And then eventually you converge in the center. So the outside eventually converges with the people on the inside, where all the big boy bosses are going to be at. And then, take down all the foes. Now, this LTQ is fun by nature. And, I enjoy it as an LTQ for sure. There's no question about that. I think it's a very fun LTQ. However, it is plagued by the very frequent reason that we see in NGS. There is absolutely no reason to do it. Per usual, this is more so, you're mostly going to benefit from this if you are a new player, because all the stuff that's in the drops is for essentially new players to really utilize. Now, of course, there's clear redeems, which is always good because, especially for someone like me who plays pretty much every class in the game and every weapon type in the game. So I have a bunch of different weapons. And as a result, I have to put clear good EX augments on those. So for me, it's if I find reasons to play and reasons to grind, of course. But for anyone else, like I said, there's no reason to be in there. There's nothing that drops in there worthwhile, per usual. There's no reason to really go in there. There isn't. I mean, you could get scratch tickets, of course. So I guess that's reason in itself. But let's be honest. Let's not fool each other here. There's no reason to really do it. There's no reason to really do it, but it is a fun LTQ. If there was drops in there that made sense to do, then dude, it would be much more enjoyable. It would be much more enjoyable if there was actually reasoning behind it. But of course, we know that they cater to new players more so than they cater to the people who have been playing for a long time, for veteran players, because most of us already have top equipment and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that they have, coming with the drops that are in it, not much use to us. It's just like, oh, okay, well, this is a cool LTQ and whatnot, but it does absolutely nothing for me because I had this stuff months ago and it's the same stuff. So there's no reason to do it. That's just the kind of the state of what this game is right now, and there's large reasons behind that, and but we're not going to go into that. Maybe in another video we'll go into that. But nonetheless, that's the situation here. Now, make no mistake, if you're wondering, oh, why are you talking good about this game? Why are you doing? Well, I told y'all from the jump. When I talked about all these issues within the community and stuff like that, I told y'all from the jump. What I'm saying? Like this, I enjoy the game. I wouldn't play the game if I didn't enjoy it. I enjoy the combat of the game. Pretty much is what I should say. I enjoy the combat of the game. I really don't think there's anything like it. So I enjoy the combat of the game. Each different class working the way that it works. However, the biggest issues I have, of course, are within the community itself and how the community acts, which has obviously been a detrimental point over the years in preventing its growth and as such preventing substantial amounts of revenue, which would have helped with development and we wouldn't be in the spot that we're in now. But nonetheless, we are here, and I do still play the game, of course. I don't play the game all the time. It's like, I get on, I do my dailies every day. Sometimes I might run an LTQ for an hour. sometimes I don't. But I mean, you know, like I said, there's not really much reason for me, like for someone who likes to grind, it's not a whole lot of reason to be doing these LTQs, to be getting on and doing much of anything, because everything's catered towards new players. And I'm not a new player. So sucks for me, sucks for all of you who are not new players, right? Which is most of the player base. So, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess it is what it is. But I figure I'd just give my quick insight on the LTQ, because y'all are still going to get updates from me when I deem updates to be reasonable. So, you know, like maybe a new LTQ comes out that's not the same repeat LTQ. Maybe there's a the headline or something like that. Maybe, you know, when they change the Fixa stuff, you know, stuff that actually helps you out, lets you know. I'm not about to sit here and just toss out to tell you about this and that and that and that and this and this. There's just no reason to. There's not a whole lot of reason to. Let's be completely honest here. But you'll know the things that you need to know to enjoy yourself and to succeed continuously, of course. And with that being said, this LTQ simply, while it's enjoyable, like I said, it's enjoyable. There's just the drops. There's no real strong reason. But like I said, it's fun. So I'll still run it, at least some, whenever I'm on the game. But I can't see myself spending, you know, 3 hours running this LTQ. There's for a bunch of cleardoms, which I don't really need. I'm just like, just at that point, just trying to like get like the best one of the, which I don't really need when I have like the best one. You know, it's like maybe I want one with all X's on it, where I have one with like 2 P's and an X on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like something minimal like that. You know what I'm saying? But where there's no real reason to do it. But it is a fun LTQ. There's just no reason to do it. In other news, they dropped the Soulless LTUQ. So this introduces a new Magus Grand Dreadkeeper. So I mean, if you need that, which, you know, of course you probably don't need it unless you're a newer player, then this might help you out a lot. Hey, no, but either way, I mean, having this does help out. Having a Magus Grand Dreadkeeper does help out. And of course, if you're trying to build an Aband deck, this is tremendous. Of course, however, remember the fixes are about to get reworked anyway. So, not a whole lot of reason to really feel like you need to be going the Aband deck route, because they're about to get balanced either way once we get to the 8th slot next month. As such, not a whole lot of reason here to be. You see how this kind of continues on and on. But I mean, that's cool, I guess. Also, they fixed some bugs that happened where there was the preset. You know how they have the enhancement for you get the extra 10% where you're doing like a skill preset skill Fixa boost. So like you're trying to make a Fixa 2 to a Fixa 3, you get an extra percentage point on it, a preset percentage point on it. Well, apparently it was showing that you were getting, you know, 20 there or whatever, but it was actually 10. So, you know, you're using a 10%, you get the extra 10% flat that they give you, but that actually wasn't actually applying, even though it showed it to you that it said you were getting it. But once it actually went through, it wasn't actually there. Oh no! So that's kind of bad. They're going to give us compensation for that. Not sure what compensation is really going to make up for that, because that's potentially a lot of materials wasted and Meseta wasted, because you failed a whole bunch of Fixa enhancements. I imagine we'll see at least a 100% Fixa preset skill boost on their thing, or whatever the hell it's called. The one that guarantees your preset skill level up. You know what I'm trying to say. But nonetheless, that's neat, I guess. But yeah, all in all, here we are. So hopefully this helped. Be sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Spike content.